everyone, welcome to the session. So today's session, I'm going to take you through important foreign words and expressions which are important for the CMAT examination. And I bring this video on popular demand. I know a lot of you, जैसे exam pass आता है, you'll be like, going through the PYQs and you'd be seeing the important list of topics. And this is one thing which pops out, foreign words and expressions. And this is something which not all of us know about because in our day to day language हम लोग foreign words and expressions नहीं use करते हैं, right? तो ये थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाता है क्योंकि you get foreign words from let's say Latin say French say Spanish say, so from German say, so from different languages these words come, and we're not well versed with it because we don't use this in our day to day life. But CMAT questions us on this, as you've seen. Every year there is at least one question on foreign words. Okay, and what happens is they give you not just one foreign word or one foreign expression. Generally match the following pattern mein aata hai, wherein you're given 4 foreign words and the 4 meanings in the jumbled up order, and you have to match the right word or expression with the meaning. Ye pattern aa sakta hai, or they can directly ask you the meaning of a foreign word. So what I've done is I've compiled a list of around 80-90 important foreign words and expressions which you require for the CMAT examination. And if you go through this list, it's a comprehensive list. So आपका पूरा preparation अच्छे से हो जाएगा. And there are a lot of previous year questions also which I've included in this list. So whenever we come across a foreign word or expression which has been asked before, I will tell you, okay, this has been asked before, so pay attention to it. Also, I will teach you a trick or a method how, because you might think that ma'am 80-90 foreign words hai, how will we memorize this? हम लोग रट्टा तो नहीं मार सकते ना सारे foreign words का. तो नहीं, रट्टा नहीं मारना है हमको. We have to understand the meaning of the foreign words through root words. So that even if, something else comes, let's say, आना नहीं चाहिए, this should be enough. But let's say even something else comes. So in the exam, you're able to, through the root words concept, you're able to analyze it and you're able to figure out the meaning. Okay, so let's get started. Foreign words and expressions, right? So let's start with this. See, most of these foreign words are, they deal with Latin, French, जो हमसे पूछे जाते हैं, Latin, French, etc. And they purposely ask you those foreign words जिनके अंदर या तो either they are very commonly asked, heard, used foreign words and expressions, so you should have known it already, or they ask you foreign words which you can analyze. How can you analyze them? By the root words. Okay, so we can break down the word, we can figure out the meaning of the root word, और उससे हमको एक idea लग जाता है कि what could be the meaning, because options तो आते ही हैं. And how do you know the root words, guys? I'm again repeating this. I have shared the 100 root words file PDF with all of you. I have taken you through them during the marathon session भी मैंने उनको introduce कराया था. So please make sure that you go through that root word list. That will help you out with synonyms, antonyms, fill in the blanks, analogies, foreign words, anything to do with vocabulary. So that is very important. Okay, right. So let's start with this, guys. Foreign expressions. Let's go through them quickly और अच्छे से समझते हुए. Okay, ad hoc. Now, for example, this is a common expression. Okay, let's say an ad hoc committee has been formed. What do you mean by an ad hoc committee? Ad hoc committee, see, generally people have this assumption that ad hoc means temporary. No, ad hoc does not mean temporary. Ad hoc means something which has been formed for that particular purpose. Okay, so if an ad hoc committee has been formed for, let's say, आपका syllabus decide करने के लिए, that means that committee has been formed only for that particular function, syllabus decide करने के लिए, and once that function is finished, the committee will be dissolved. Okay, so it's formed for a specific purpose. So that is called as ad hoc. Okay, next one, alma mater. Now again, a commonly used foreign expression, but something that we can break down also, mater. Now you know the root word mater means mother. है ना? The root word mater means mother. Pater means father. Mater and matri mean mother. So when you say the alma mater, for example, let's say hopefully JBIMS is going to be your alma mater. So it basically means it refers to your school, college, institution or university that you have attended. You are its alumni and alumni, and that school, college or institution is your alma mater. Mother, right? So mother as in like आपका जो nourishment करता है, who teaches you, educates you, governs you. So वैसे it refers to your school, college or institution. Next one, alter ego. Alter means another. For example, alternate, alternative, alteration. It means other or another form. Ego, if you're an egoistic person, you're very self-centered because ego means self. So alter ego is an other self. इसके दो मतलब हो सकते हैं. There are a lot of people who have a dual personality. So if there's another side to your personality, another self, that could be referred to as alter ego. Or one more meaning is if you call, let's say, XYZ person, okay, he's my alter ego. इसका मतलब है कि he's like another self, मतलब एकदम आपके जैसा है. To another self, that is alter ego. Avant-garde, let's say you come up with an avant-garde approach to do something, or an avant-garde technology. It means something which is new, which is innovative. I'm sorry, something which is new. Okay, it means something which is new, something which is innovative, and something which is out of the box, something which is way ahead of the times. Okay, that is called as avant-garde. Next one, bona fide. Again, we can break this down. Bon as a root word means good. Okay, fid, for example, fidelity, fiduciary, infidelity. Fid का मतलब होता है trust or faith. Okay, so bona fide means in good faith. For example, if you say this is a bona fide certificate, it means it's in good faith, ये genuine है, ये authentic है. इसका opposite क्या हो जाएगा? What is the opposite of bona fide? Malafide. Bon means good, mal means bad. For example, malnutrition, malware, malfunction. So malafide means something which is in bad faith. Bona fide means something which is in good faith. Okay, next one. Okay, this is an important one. It means, matlab you give someone the complete freedom. Laissez-faire. It's like laissez-faire. You give someone the complete freedom to act as per their wishes. मतलब आपको पूरी छूट है, आपको पूरी freedom है. You can do whatever you want. Okay, next one. Caveat. Yes, I think you would have read this, right? Especially if you're a commerce student or anything, like even if you've gone through contracts. So if let's say a contract has a particular caveat. Caveat means it's like a, मतलब वो asterisk करके आता है ना. So caveat means it's like a specific provision, or it is a warning, or it's a specific clause. इसका एक और meaning हो सकता है beware. Okay, it's a very common term. जब हम कुछ खरीदने जाते हैं, there's a very common term called caveat emptor. Caveat emptor basically means buyer beware. What do you mean by buyer beware? मतलब आप अपने सूझबूझ से खरीदो, मतलब चेक करके प्रोडक्ट, अपने सूझबूझ से खरीदो प्रोडक्ट. मतलब it cannot be, let's say, later you cannot blame the seller. Okay, so that's called as caveat emptor. Caveat emptor means buyer beware. So caveat means beware. It's like a specific clause, warning, or provision. Okay. Coup d'etat, it basically means coup d'etat. It means a sudden or a violent, like a blitzkrieg. It means a sudden, violent seizure of power from a government. Basically, it's like a sudden, violent attack, and you usurp the power. Okay. Next one. De facto. The focus over here is on facto. Okay. De facto means by fact. Okay, in fact. For example, ये de facto clause है जो apply हो जाता है. मतलब it by its nature, by fact, it gets applied. Next one, this is very important, and this you would have come across it also a couple of times. Deja vu. Okay, कभी कभी हमको ऐसी feeling आती है ना, like this happens to all of us, and all of us have experienced this. We feel that, okay, I have been through this situation before, I have seen this before, or I've been here before. ऐसा मेरे साथ पहले भी हुआ है. You know, you get that feeling कि you have lived through this before, or you have been through this particular situation before. That's basically, that feeling is called as deja vu. Okay, right. So first 10 done. Next one, En masse, mass, collection, group, सब एक साथ, एकजुट. So that is en masse. En route. Okay, where are you? I'm en route Goa. So en route basically means you're on the way. So focus over here is on the word route. En as the root word means in. So on the route, you're en route. Next one, ex officio. For example, एक्स ऑफिशियो चेयरमैन होता है, एक्स ऑफिशियो एमडी होता है, या लेट्स से आप ओके एक you're like a shareholder, okay, of a particular resort group. जैसे you know there are a lot of like this Club Mahindra and IHCL and all of them. Like if you're a shareholder, they give you like discounts and membership, etc. So because you know ex officio, you are eligible to get the membership of the club. Ex officio basically means क्योंकि आप वो एक particular office hold करते हैं, आप एक particular position hold करते हैं, that is why you have a right, or you have, by virtue of that position, you have a right to do something. That's called as ex officio. The focus over here is on the word officio. Officio means office. Next one, FOPA. Okay, fashion faux pas. This is the most commonly used phrase. Fashion faux pas means you've committed a blunder. Okay, for example, if you go dressed to a black tie event in, let's say, in casual like jeans and sneakers and t-shirt, so you've committed a fashion faux pas. You know, you've committed a social blunder. You're not supposed to go to a black tie event dressed like that. So that's called as faux pas. नेक्स्ट वन, ये सबको पता है, जॉनरा. मूवीज के कई जॉनरास होते हैं, जैसे रोमांटिक हो गया, एक्शन हो गया, थ्रिलर हो गया, सस्पेंस हो गया. इट बेसिकली मीन्स कैटेगरीज. म्यूजिक के कई जॉनरास होते हैं, जैसे रॉक हो गया, क्लासिकल म्यूजिक हो गया, राइट. सो बेसिकली जॉनरा मीन्स टाइप, कैटेगरी. द फोकस ओवर हियर इज ऑन जेन, द रूट वर्ड जेन. Ipso facto, this is a PYQ. Ipso facto, again, fact, by fact. So ipso facto, if something is right, by the fact, it's right. This is same as de facto. So मतलब fact दोनों में common है. So through that itself आप लोग easily इसका मतलब निकाल सकते थे even in the examination. So even though they're asking you foreign expressions and meanings, you don't have to be overwhelmed. Options है, you can figure out based on the root words or by breaking down the foreign word or expression. Modus operandi. For example, this is something that I also use a lot. Like जैसे मैं आपको पहले क्लास में हमेशा orientation देती हूँ या induction देती हूँ. Okay, this is my course and this is my modus operandi. My modus operandi means this is my mode of operation. Operation, work. So this is my method of functioning. Okay, I'll give you these PDFs before. I will hold the discussions in the live classes. फिर मैं doubts लूँगी. So it basically refers to my process of working, or it refers to a method of operating or functioning. Nom de plume. Okay, nom as a root word means name. Plume means feather. Okay, for example, the plumage of a bird. It means the feathers of a bird. Now, nom de plume basically आपने पहले देखा होगा कि जब पेन नहीं होते थे, इंक नहीं होता, पेन नहीं होता था, तो फेदर से लिखते थे, राइट, विच वाज लाइक अ क्विल. दे यूज्ड टू राइट विद अ क्विल और अ फेदर. And nom means name, so it basically refers to pen name. So a lot of authors, they don't use their real name. For example, Mark Twain, very famous, right? Tom Sawyer, you would have read his book, so or heard about his book. So Mark Twain's real name was not Mark Twain. His real name was Samuel Clemens. Mark Twain was just his pen name. So pen name means an author's pseudonym. Pseudonym is fake name, not your real name, because pseudo means fake and nym is again name. So nom de plume refers to your pen name. Okay, prima facie, you see a document and you say, okay, prima facie, this looks genuine. So prima facie, face. Okay, like at the prima, main. So at the first sight, मतलब on the initial impression, जो आपका किसी चीज को देखकर बनता है, the initial impression, face. Quid pro quo, again a previous year question. Quid pro quo is something in return. For example, if I do a favor to you, favor for you, you also do something for me. So that's basically quid pro quo. So आपने किसी चीज के बदले में ये किया है. Okay, so that's called as quid pro quo. Pro in terms like in exchange or in return for something. Okay, next one. Savoir faire. I really like your savoir-faire. It basically means your way of conducting yourself. It's like the opposite of faux pas. Faux pas means like a blunder that you have committed socially. This means that you carry yourself really in a dignified manner. You carry yourself very appropriately in a social situation. Status quo. ये common है guys. For example, something is status quo. It means जैसे था वैसे ही चल रहा है. There is no change in that. There is no update in that. It's maintained its status. Okay. For example, what's the stage of completion of a particular project? And you say it's status quo. Means it's the way it is. There has not been any further changes, or there has not been any further updates. Tabula rasa. This is a very famous quote that a lot of people use. It basically means a clean slate. Okay, so tabula rasa is basically, tabula means जैसे हम लोग tablet भी बोलते हैं, it basically means a slate. Okay, so a clean slate means कि you have no preconceived notions, कोई preconceived ideas नहीं है. Let's say you go into a company, आप नया job start कर रहे हो, and you're starting it in a state of tabula rasa, means it's a clean slate. Scratch से, basic से आप सीखने को तैयार हो. There's no preconceived notions, there are no ideas, there are no set ways, completely clean slate. You can also use it in terms of अगर आपके पास, you know, in your relationship, if you feel that there was like some khatas or bitterness had come, and then now, you know, you're starting on a fresh note, or, you know, like a clean slate. That's called as tabula rasa. Versus, very commonly used, X versus Y, organic farming versus traditional farming. So versus is basically comparison or against. We use na as an abbreviation VS dot. Vice versa, the other way around. For example, if ये भी हम लोग बहुत commonly use करते हैं. Vice versa means the other way around is also applicable, or the other way around is also true. जैसे anything, we use it in our day-to-day lives a lot. For example, okay, you're traveling from X to Y. आप X से Y travel करते हो. Vice versa means you're traveling from Y to X. It basically means the other way round. Okay, aficionado, again, a very important one. If you're a cricket aficionado, sports aficionado, कोई भी sport का aficionado, it means you're very passionate, you're very knowledgeable, you're very enthusiastic about a particular subject, about a particular activity or pastime. This is generally used in terms of sports or activity. For arts, we say a connoisseur. A connoisseur of arts is basically someone who is very like knowledgeable about that particular arts, like a you know, आपको बहुत अच्छी knowledge है उस particular field में, and you're very zealous or enthusiastic also about something. So aficionado is more like a fan. Okay, apropos, appropriate. Approp itself means appropriate. So apropos behavior, appropriate behavior, something that's pertinent or relevant or apt for a particular situation. Okay, Beaumont, it basically means the elite society. All the Beaumont had gathered, let's say, a particular event hai ya function hai, and the entire elite society of, let's say, Bangalore was present there. It basically means the fashionable society, the elite society, rich, upper class, etc. Okay, blitzkrieg, again, it refers to a sudden, intense military attack. Next one, अगर आपको दिख नहीं रहा तो मैं यहाँ पे लिख देती हूँ. Born, again, born means good. Viva as a root word means life. Okay, so a person who likes to live a very like flamboyant lifestyle, or who basically believes in enjoying his life, leading a very good life, or a very like luxurious life. Okay, next. Okay, उससे पहले बढ़ने से पहले guys, हम लोग सब आपके mentors हैं इस particular channel पे, and even on the textbook MBA app. So you have Surana sir, Ashish sir, and me, and all of us come with a good, you know, a backdrop of experience, teaching experience in this particular field itself. And so those of you who are trying for CMAT examination, पर आपने CAT भी दिया है, आपको लगता है कि आप एक और बार attempt देना चाहते हो, yeah, you're starting from fresh and this is something that you've just come across. Guys, we've launched the MBA, CAT and OMETS का batches. Okay, more foreign words are ahead, पर उससे पहले मैं आपको ये बता देती हूँ. The resolution batch has been launched, and this comes in basically two versions. You have the plus versions, which gives you the live classes, the practice questions, the mock test, the monthly strategy sessions, PYQs, doubt solving sessions, comprehensive coverage. And there is a pro version which has a lot more features, along with a cat azure policy, wherein in case you get into these colleges, which is a good chance considering the kind of mentorship that we are providing you, these colleges, you will get 100% of your course fee back. And if you get into, there are a lot of terms and conditions, और आपके पास काफ़ी offers भी है इसमें. So guys, please make sure कि आप लोग जल्दी से enroll करो और subscription लो, क्योंकि जल्दी से price hike होने वाला है. Now the price you're getting it for is basically a steal. Okay, next one. Cliche. Okay. A cliche idea, a cliche term, something that's overdone, ठीक है, बहुत overused, an overused expression or an overused idea जो हम बहुत बार सुन चुके हैं, जो बहुत बार देख चुके हैं, that's called as cliche. Okay, coup de grace, it basically means like, hitting the nail on the coffin. So it basically means a final blow, like a really severe final blow, which basically seals the deal. Okay, initially it was used to kill a wounded person. Debut, you're making your movie debut, ये हम लोग सब जानते हैं, बहुत बार सुनते हैं. मतलब आपका first appearance, आपका first attempt, आपका first performance, you're a debutant, it means you're a fresher or a beginner. Again, doppelganger, this is a PYQ. Doppelganger मतलब आपका duplicate, but he is not your twin, मतलब आपका भाई बहन नहीं है, but he a non-biological relation basically, who's a lookalike or a double, मतलब एकदम हूबहू duplicate. That's called as a doppelganger. Eureka. This was, I think, this particular term was used by Archimedes. So Eureka, basically, where he had discovered this particular principle, and then he said, the first word he said was Eureka. So Eureka, matlab, it's like you've hit gold. ठीक है, मतलब आपने कुछ achieve कर लिया है, triumph, कुछ अच्छी सी discovery make कर ली है. So it basically meant I found it, that Eureka moment. Right. Accomply, something that's accomplished, and accomplished fact. ठीक है, something that's established, something जो हम लोग जानते हैं, and which cannot be changed. Gazebo. This is basically a structure. ठीक है, आप जब कुछ मतलब you go to these wedding venues or these wedding functions, वहाँ पे लिखा होता है ना कि okay, this particular मतलब let's say it's going to happen in a gazebo. So a gazebo is basically like an open-sided structure often found in gardens. मतलब चारों तरफ से खुला है, बस pillars लगे होते हैं और एक छत होता है. So that's basically called as a gazebo. We see them in parks, we see them in open gardens. काफी common है gazebo structures. Hubris. Okay, Greek, very important again. If you have a lot of hubris, you have a lot of pride, घमंडी हो आप, you have excessive pride, arrogance or self-confidence, it's obviously a negative emotion. Kudos, again, very common, guys. Kudos to you. Okay, आपने achieve कर लिया है. I say this, right? Like when you've been through our marathon sessions for like 5 hours and 6 hours at a stretch. So I say, guys, kudos to your dedication. Kudos matlab hats off to your dedication, praise and honor. That's basically used as kudos. Laissez-faire leadership style जो होता है, it's very free. ठीक है, आप लोगों को अपने तरीके से छोड़ देते हो. You're not very authoritarian or dictatorship type. Laissez-faire basically to give a free hand. Let things go according to, let things run its course. You give things a free hand without interfering much. Tête-à-tête. A private conversation between two people. That's called as a tête-à-tête. A rendezvous is more like, इसका एक और synonym हम लोग बोल सकते हैं VOUS. Okay, in a way it's like rendezvous is more like a conversation or a meeting, but tête-à-tête is specifically a conversation or a meeting between two people. Terra firma, if you're standing on terra firma, terra like terrestrial, terra means ground, territory, terrestrial. Firma is firm, so you're standing on firm or solid ground or firm or solid foundation जो डगमगाता नहीं है. It is not turbulent or it is not disturbed. It is a firm foundation. Tour de force. like you would have heard this, right? Tour de France. It's a very famous competition which happens in France. So tour de force, thoda sa, it basically means something which is like a forceful, forceful, impactful. So an impressive, impactful achievement or performance. Veni Vidi Vici. It's a very famous line. This was first said by Julius Caesar. Yes, when he had conquered a particular territory, it basically means I came, I saw, and I conquered. So it's like a very dramatic way of saying कि like you've had like a really great victory. आप आए और एकदम छा गए. So that kind of interpretation. Okay, Zeitgeist, it basically means the spirit of the age, the trend of thought and feeling in a period, means like being alive in today's time, matlab relevant, uh, being alive, spirit of the age, matlab it's not very, you're not very dated, you're not very like irrelevant, you're relevant to that particular time. Ad nauseum, nausea मतलब क्या होता है? Nausea मतलब you're feeling sick, right? जैसे you're feeling like vomiting or you're feeling sick. Like a lot of people, when we use this, we generally use it in terms of seasickness. A lot of people, when they go on these cruises or boats, they start feeling sick because of the movement. So ad nauseum basically means you're feeling sick. AD, इसका full form, guys, most of us don't, we don't realize it. We have all studied this. हम लोग use करते हैं ना BC and AD, like before Christ and Anno Domini. Basically, it means in the year of our Lord. It basically is used to number the years. So it's according to certain calendars and all of that. You don't need to remember that. Just know the full form. हम लोग लगाते हैं ना 350 AD वैसे. So it's basically a time period dating. A priori अगर हम इसका मीनिंग पे फोकस करें, okay, it basically means to relating to reasoning or knowledge that proceeds from theoretical deduction rather than from observation or experience. A priori means किसी चीज को आपने logically interpret किया है. जैसे when we look at these formulae, also हमको उस फॉर्मूला का डिविएशन सिखाते हैं, मतलब डेराइवेशन सिखाते हैं ना. So derivation is something that we've got the knowledge from reasoning, from theoretical, working it out. And it is not from observation, it's not from experience that we know it. We've theoretically arrived at this logical conclusion, at this logical derivation based on reasoning. So that is called as a priori. Bon appetit, आप खाना खा रहे हो तो आपको विश करते हैं bon appetit. Bon means good, appetit means appetite. So enjoy your meal, have a good appetite. जैसे जब कोई बाहर जा रहा होता है, someone is going on a journey, we say bon voyage. Voyage means journey. So bon voyage means happy journey. If you can't see this, guys, it's very important. Carpe diem, the last one here. Carpe diem, if your philosophy in life is, you believe in carpe diem, you believe to seize the day. हर दिन ऐसे जियो कि कल ना हो. So carpe diem means to seize the day, to make the most of the present and not live in the past or not worry too much about the future. And this is a really good policy to have in life, but it's also very difficult to achieve. Right? I don't know how many of you must have achieved that. Agar someone's achieved this, you're not living in the past, you're not living in the future, you're living in the present, you want to enjoy the present. That's called as carpe diem. I think someone can reach this particular state of mind जब कुछ आपके साथ कुछ हो जाता है, like कोई हादसा हो जाता है, or generally when you fall sick and then you realize how important life is, and you should live to the fullest and you should just enjoy yourself. So that's basically carpe diem. C'est la vie, again, that's life. Okay, जैसे कुछ हो जाता है and someone's really like unhappy or depressed, and then you say it's okay, c'est la vie, मतलब यही जिंदगी है, that's life, सबके साथ ऐसे होता है, just accept it, like this is life, take it with a pinch of salt. So c'est la vie, we again means life, etc. Again very common, हम लोग लगाते हैं, okay, I bought some pens, pencil, books, etc. etc etc basically means and the rest. तो मतलब लिस्ट काफी लंबी है, सबने मेंशन किया है, एक्सेट्रा लगा दिया है. फोपा, सॉरी गाइज, ये रिपीटेड है. सोशल ब्लंडर और इनडिस्क्रेशन, इप्सो फैक्टो भी रिपीटेड है, क्योंकि आई सॉ इट इन सो मेनी पेपर्स, मैंने वापस लगा दिया. ओके, अगेन विव, वाइवा, लाइफ। आप लोग देखोगे काफी सारे फॉरेन एक्सप्रेशंस स्पेशली जो फ्रेंच के हैं, दे हैव दैट वर्ड वाइवा इन इट. वाइवा बेसिकली मीन्स लाइफ एंड जॉय, सो इट बेसिकली मीन्स जॉय ऑफ living, again enjoying life. Lapsus linguae. Lapsus is like lapse, lapse. Lapse, lapse matlab like an error, or you missed out something like a slip. Lingua means language or tongue, so slip of tongue हो गया, भूल से बोल दिया, that's basically lapsus lingua. Locus standi, the right or capacity to bring in action or to appear in court. You have the right, let's say locus standi आपका एक right है कि आप कोर्ट में appear कर सकते हो. If you're denied the locus standi, you are not allowed to appear in कोर्ट. मतलब आप कोर्ट में कुछ भी प्रोसीडिंग स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, या यू कैन अपीयर इन कोर्ट और टेक एन एक्शन अगेंस्ट समवन इन कोर्ट. Magnum opus, break this down. Magnum, magna means big, magna means huge, like magnificent, magnify. Opus, again, opus, operate, opus means work. Magnum opus is like a great work. It basically means a masterpiece and is generally used for artists. जैसे अगर आपने कोई painting बनाई है and that you call this as your magnum opus, you basically mean that this is your masterpiece. It's your greatest work or achievement. Mea culpa, break it down. Mea means me, मैं. Culpa means, culp means blame, like culprit. Mea culpa means my fault. You are acknowledging कि आपकी गलती है. You are acknowledging कि आपकी mistake है. Last word यहाँ पे है memento. मेमेंटो, जैसे आपके जब आप ऑफिस में होते हैं एंड यूर लेट्स से रिजाइनिंग, या आप रिटायर हो रहे हो, या योर सीनियर्स एंड यूर पासिंग आउट फ्रॉम अ स्कूल और कॉलेज, जो भी है, आपको कभी कभी एक मेमेंटो दिया जाता है. दैट्स बेसिकली समथिंग टू रिमेंबर. मेमेंटो मेम मतलब मेमोरी, जिससे आपको याद रहे. सो इट बेसिकली मीन्स अ सुविनर और अ मेमेंटो और अ रिमाइंडर. कुछ भी हो सकता है, कोई शो पीस हो सकता है, पेन वगैरह कुछ भी देते हैं. सो मेमेंटो. Non sequitur, guys, this is a very common fallacy also. Non sequitur, it basically non means not. Seq means follow. For example, sequence, एक के बाद एक. It's something which does not follow, something which does not make sense. मतलब अगर मैं लिखूँ 2 plus 2 is equal to 6, you say, ma'am, this is, it does not follow, it does not make sense, this we cannot derive logically, या ये हम logically we cannot understand this. Okay. Per diem, guys, diem means day. याद है ना, carpe diem. Carpe diem was seize the day. So diem means day. Per diem, per day. So जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना 200 rupees per day, 5,000 rupees per day, 10,000 rupees per day. So per diem, per day. Postmortem, something हम लोग commonly जानते हैं इसको. Post means after. Mort means death. The root word mort means death. So mortem, जैसे mortuary हो गया, it's a place where we keep dead bodies. Mortal remains, someone who is immortal cannot die. So postmortem means after death. Prima donna, again prima means main or important. Donna means a female, like a female. So यहाँ पे prima donna is basically the protagonist. So it means the lead singer of an opera, or the protagonist or the main lead. Proforma, again, those of you are account students, आपने सुना होगा, proforma invoice होता है, मतलब एक फॉर्मेट होता है. सो proforma होती है अकाउंट्स की, मतलब जैसे आप कुछ भी ले लो, ट्रायल बैलेंस ले लो, बैलेंस शीट ले लो, इनवॉइस ले लो, सबका एक प्रोफॉर्मा होता है. सो प्रोफॉर्मा मीन्स अकॉर्डिंग टू अ पर्टिकुलर फॉर्म या एक फॉर्मेट. सो दैट्स कॉल्ड एज प्रोफॉर्मा. क्वाजी, क्वाजी बॉडीज होती है, क्वाजी कमिटीज होती है, क्वाजी पोजिशंस होते हैं. तो सम आपको लगता होगा कि क्वाजी मीन्स फेक, बट नो, क्वाजी डज नॉट मीन फेक. एक जनरल मिसकंसेप्शन है ऑफ द वर्ड क्वाजी. क्वाजी मीन्स समथिंग जो अभी मतलब इट लुक्स लाइक दैट सीमिंगली, जैसे आपने बोला है या यू हैव प्रोफेस्ड इट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप किसी को देखो एंड दे हैव लाइक एक पर्टिकुलर फीचर्स है, जैसे यू हैव okay, I don't know how to say this without sounding ठीक है, I will use it like, okay, if you say someone looks like quasi Australian, okay, it basically means that जब आप वो person को देखते हो, seems like an Australian because of the features. Maybe it could be because of the eye shape or the skin color, or it could be because of the hairstyle or because of the teeth structure, या जो भी है. एक quasi Indian, मतलब आपको देख के लगता है कि ठीक है, हाँ ये Indian है या ये एक South Asian person है. So quasi means how it looks like. Okay. Requiem, Q-U-I-E means quiet. Requiem is basically like a silent song. It's generally a song that you play for the dead. जो generally funeral में play होता है. Sign die, again die, dime, day है guys, ये काफी बार repeat हुआ है. So without a day, मतलब without assigning a day for a further meeting or hearing, मतलब आपने assign नहीं किया है. Sign means here without. Die means day. Without assigning a day, you end the meeting. पर आप बताते नहीं कि further date क्या है, मतलब that's open. आपने अभी तक announce नहीं किया है. Okay, status quo ante. Status quo, we know status quo means the state of affairs. Ante, the root word ante means before. Right, so status quo ante means the previous state of affairs. मतलब जैसे पहले था वैसे ही है. Okay, sub rosa, sub means under, है ना? The root word sub means under, like submarine underwater, and rosa means rose. The rose is generally used as a symbol of secrecy or confidentiality. मतलब कुछ छुपा हुआ चल रहा है. So sub rosa means under the rose, something that you're doing in secret or something that you're doing confidentially, which people do not know of. That's called a sub rosa. Okay, let's go through the last set here. Summum bonum, break it down. Summa or like summit, it means the highest. जैसे summit बोलते हैं, the highest peak. Bon is again good, just as mal is bad, bon is always good. It means something the highest or the greatest good. Tabula rasa, ये repeated है वापस, important है. Blank slate. Tantamount. Okay, if I say equivalent to, okay, tantamount basically means equivalent to. For example, if you scold if you do something bad to, you know, okay, let me just think of how to frame this. To harm a child is tantamount to harming God. You know, in that sense, you know, क्योंकि बच्चे भगवान का रूप होते हैं. So tantamount means equivalent to. Terra incognita. So terra is again ground, territory, land. Incognita, like जैसे incognito mode होता है. Incognita, cog means recognition, in means no. So incognito is unknown. Cog means no, knowledge. जैसे if you have cognizance of something, cognizance of something basically means you have the knowledge of something. So terra incognita basically means unfamiliar ground or unfamiliar territory or unknown land where no one has gone. या it could be a domain also जो आपने कभी explore नहीं किया है, जो आपको जिसकी knowledge नहीं है. It's basically unfamiliar territory. Verbatim, word to word. Verbatim means verb means words. So for example, किसी person ने एक पर्टिकुलर कोट दिया है और मैं उसको वर्बिटम लिख रही हूँ, मतलब जैसे का जैसे दिया है, वर्ड टू वर्ड सेम ओरिजिनली वैसे ही लिख रही हूँ मैं. लास्ट वन, वॉक्स पॉपुलाई, अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट. वॉक्स मीन्स वॉइस, पॉपुलाई लाइक पॉपुलेशन, पॉपुल मीन्स पीपल. वॉक्स पॉपुलाई मतलब द वॉइस ऑफ द पीपल, जनता की आवाज. पॉपुलर ओपिनियन, द वॉइस ऑफ द कॉमन मैन. Okay, so guys, I hope you are sure of this. So थोड़े repetitions को छोड़ के I think we've covered about 80 important foreign expressions and all of these are important. And I'm sure ये video आप एक दो बार देखोगे, उसके बाद आप इनको भूलोगे नहीं, तो आपका foreign words expressions का tension sorted है and you can firmly, confidently enter the examination hall knowing that आपका ये question तो सही जाएगा ही. रूट वर्ड्स आपको करना है गाइस, वो 100 रूट वर्ड्स की पीडीएफ में बार बार बोलती रहती हूँ, प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू गो थ्रू इट. ओके, सो अगर आपको सेशन अच्छा लगा हो एंड यू हैव बेनिफिटेड फ्रॉम दिस, प्लीज मेक श्योर टू लाइक एंड शेयर द वीडियो एंड डू सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल. गाइस, द नेक्स्ट मैराथन सेशन होने वाला है सैटरडे को 18th को. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू वॉच एंड यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ द मैराथन सेशन. अगर कोई भी चेंज हुआ टाइमिंग्स में, शेड्यूल में, यू विल बी अपडेटेड. But be a part of the marathon sessions, and in this particular marathon session जो next होने वाला है, I'm going to take you through all the important topics of vocabulary, because again popular demand पे आप सबने बोला था कि मैम हमको analogies में help चाहिए, fill in the blanks में help चाहिए, synonyms antonyms में help चाहिए, फॉरेन एक्सप्रेशंस बेस्ड के PYQ जो क्वेश्चंस है वो भी मैं आपको कराऊंगी. पिछला मैराथन ग्रामर पे था, आई एम श्योर यू हैड अ लुक एट इट, और अब मैराथन होगा हमारा वोकैबुलरी पे. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू आर देयर. ओके, एंड डन गाइस, सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल ताकि आपको अपडेट्स मिलते रहे हमारे सेशंस के. थैंक यू सो मच, सी यू ऑल सून.